Hello guys, this is Mike from McProgramming.org, and in this tutorial we are going to talk about functions. And functions in C++, if you're coming over from C, are very identical, and if you're coming from Java, which we call a method, is called a function in C++, and they're very similar, few subtle differences. And if I say method or function, please excuse me, I'm more used to Java, so I might say method, but just interchange that with the word function. And what is a function? Well, here's a function right here. It's int main. Let me get it highlighted. Anything within these curly brackets is in the function. And when your computer reads this program, it goes directly to the main function. And whatever's inside of here executes. And so we have this main function. We could write all the code we want in here. So what would be the point of writing another function? Well, think about it. A lot of computer programs are way more complex than writing cout hello world. So I wouldn't have my own function for hello world. You would just put it in the main function. It's a very simple, single task. But most computer programs have hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands and more lines of code. So you want to break that up into specific tasks. That's what a function is a specific task you want your computer to do. And the way that you write the header of a function is the first thing is going to be the return type. So if you're going to end up printing something, you're going to want to say void, as in it's not going to return anything, but it will print out something. What I mean by return is when we have to use the keyword return. So I'm going to write two functions that one will print something out and one will return an int value. So let me do the int one first. I'm going to say int I'm going to say 5 squared. And no parameters, and we're going to open up some curly brackets, and inside of here we have to use this return statement. So we're going to say return, and we can say 5 times 5. 5 times 5. There we go. You could also, if you didn't want to write it out like this, or that doesn't make sense, you could also say int answer equals 5 times 5, and then just return, say, answer. They'll both do the same thing. It doesn't matter. Usually the smaller the amount that you have to write, the better. Whatever makes you understand it, please do that. So let's try to run this first before I write the other function. Well, I need to call it, don't I? Let's say all you have to do is, by calling it, is writing this right here with the parameter though. So we're going to say 5 squared, and it does it for us, and semicolon. Let's run this and see what happens. We got an error, and the reason we got an error is because the computer reads going down like this, and it encounters main method, and then it encounters this 5 squared, but it didn't know that it doesn't know that this exists yet. It's not going to read through the whole thing first and then go back to that. So the way we handle that, there's two ways. We can either put all the methods that we are going to use in main above main, so your computer sees that first and knows to go back and look it over, or we can just write a simple declaration of the function. And the way we do that is we got to write this whole header right here. I'll just copy and paste that. Okay, so we're declaring that there is a function down below, and end it with a semicolon. So now when the computer runs it, it sees, we have this method down here, and if it gets called, we know that it does exist down here, but you should implement it. If you don't, it won't do anything. So let's run that now. Oops, what I should have done, since I'm returning something, that doesn't print it to the screen, it's just returning that value. So if I wanted to print it to the screen, I still need to do a cout like that, and now it should say 25, and it does. Let's make a method or a function that doesn't return anything. And the way we do that is we say void, and we can say, let's say print hello. We need those parentheses right there, very important. And let's put inside of here a simple cout statement, cout, and a string value hello. We'll end that with a semicolon. And we can now, since this is already printing out, we don't have to say cout. We can just call it. So print hello. And we need to make sure that declare it up here. So void print hello and end it with a semicolon. And now your computer program knows. It goes down and says, these methods are available, and trust that you did write them. And then it goes down here and it sees in the main method that it called this one and it called this one. Well, it knows that those exist, so there's not going to be a red flag over here. It's just going to go down there and read them for you. So let's run that. And we got 25 hello. I didn't print the line in between, so it's kind of ugly, but that is the point of functions. And in the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to pass in arguments. So let's say that we have, instead of saying 5 squared, we wanted to just say square, and we can pass in a number right here, and it will know, and we'll do the logic down here to make that number passed in a square of that number. So please join me in the next tutorial, and please also subscribe. Thank you guys.